Hello everyone and welcome back to another MSPbots informational video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Enable Benchmark configuration form, which is a part of the Enable Benchmark package. Once you navigate to the form, you will see that it is broken up in logical sections. First we have our Managed Services. Next we have our Managed Services Reactive, our Managed Services RMM, our Managed Services Proactive, our Professional Services, our Managed Services Automation tickets, and excluded clients on top 3. First, we will take a look at our Managed Services section. This is where we will define our Managed Services agreement type or contract category, as well as our PSA and CSAT response source. The CSAT response source can be a third-party integration such as Crewwho or SimpleSat, or it can come from your PSA. You should populate the agreement type contract category dropdown with the agreement type or contract category that is generally managed services. In the following 3 sections, we will take the time entries that are associated with the agreement type or contract category that we selected above and break them into the following 3 buckets. First, Managed Reactive, second, Managed RMM, and third, Managed Proactive. Managed Services Reactive are more traditional problem response style tickets. This would be where an MSP responds to a problem after it has occurred. These are typically tickets that are submitted by your clients. Some examples of reactive services are help desk support, troubleshooting, and repair services. Managed RMM services utilize software tools to monitor and manage client IT systems. This software allows for MSPs to monitor the health of the client's systems, anticipate future problems, and sometimes even resolve them before the client even knows something is wrong. With this being said, RMM can be considered a form of proactive services. However, the key distinction is that managed RMM services leverage specialized software to accomplish these tasks. These services can include remote monitoring of networks and devices, automated alerts, and patch management. Managed proactive services are steps that the MSP takes to prevent problems before they occur. These services can include things like scheduled maintenance, software updates, security patching, system optimization, and regular health checks. It is becoming increasingly commonplace to include any VCIO, account management, and quarterly business reviews as proactive. From here, you are ready to begin configuring your managed services. There are 5 different filters that allow us to break up these time entries. First, we have our board and queue. Second, we have work type and billing code. Third, we have team members. Fourth, ticket source. And fifth, ticket type. You will also notice radio buttons for include list and exclude list. Here, you will be able to control whether the items you have added to the different filters are included or excluded. You can see that the lists, by default, are set to exclude. Generally, you will be configuring with the include list option selected. It should be noted that not all filters need to be used. If you can accomplish your task by only using 1 or 2 fields, that is fine. To clear a field, you should remove all items from the list and then change that filter to the exclude list option. This is essentially saying we are excluding nothing or including everything in that list. Now, it is time to talk about professional services. The process for capturing these time entries is different from managed services and includes 3 different situations. Situation 1 is the agreement or contract category to include or exclude from managed services. The second is tickets with no agreement or contract attached. And the third and final is excluded tickets from managed services agreements or contracts. The first situation acts similar to the very first section we talked about. In this rule, we are simply defining what agreements or contracts are always considered professional services. This would include time and materials agreements, block time, projects, etc. The second rule allows us to pull in any tickets that do not have an agreement or contract associated with it. Some cases where a ticket would not have an agreement or contract associated with it could be emergency tech support for a non-client, ad hoc services, etc. And finally, the third rule allows us to exclude tickets that meet certain criteria from managed services and rebuckets them into professional services. This scenario is often a result of current managed clients requesting out-of-scope or project work. Some things to consider when determining the nature of work are whether or not special expertise is required, is it of a project-based nature, and does the work fall in scope of their current agreement or contract. At the end of the professional services section, you will see a drop-down where you can select your internal company. Generally, you will not want to include your company as a professional services client. Some say that automation tickets are the same as RMM, but they differ in one key area. The focus of RMM is the proactive oversight and management of IT systems to prevent issues, optimize performance, and ensure security for the client. Whereas the focus of automation tickets is to generate, process, and sometimes resolve those same tickets through automated means. Oftentimes, these tickets are not touched by humans at all. We are given 3 filters to pull this data out. First, we have board and queue. Next, we have automation bots. And finally, ticket source. Automation bots, in the context of information technology and digital workflows, is a software application programmed to perform automated tasks. These tasks are typically repetitive and routine, and the bot executes them without human intervention. Oftentimes, that bot will show up as the resource interacting with those tickets. And that concludes the video. Thank you for listening, thank you for watching, and have a wonderful day.